Stoll, an unemployed German food engineer from Anzhausen, was suffering from a moderate case of paranoia and often spoke to his wife about people who wanted to do him harm and was clearly fearing for his life. Prior to his death, he occasionally spoke to his wife of them, unknown people who supposedly intended to harm him. He mentioned them, specifically, on the evening of the 25th of October 1984, at approximately 23 o'clock, before suddenly shouting, "Jetzt geht mir ein Licht auf," which translates to, "Now I've got it." He then wrote the 6 letters, YOGTZE, on a sheet of paper before instantly crossing them out. Shortly after this, Stoll left the house and went to his favorite pub in Wilnsdorf, where he ordered himself a beer and promptly fell off his chair to the ground, injuring his face. Witnesses stated that he was not under the influence of alcohol, and that he suddenly just lost his consciousness. When he woke up, he abruptly left the pub and drove away in his light blue Volkswagen Golf, but it is unknown what he did in the next 2 hours. His next known movements were around 1 a.m. when he appeared in Heigerseelbach, where he grew up. He visited a woman he knew from his childhood and spoke to her, mentioning horrible incident that is going to happen. Because it was very late, the woman wasn't very comfortable with Stoll and advised him to go to his parents' place and talk to them instead. He then left. Around 3 a.m., Stoll's car was discovered by 2 truck drivers near the Hagen Süd exit, over 100 kilometers from Heigerseelbach. It had been crashed into a trench adjacent to the A45, and both truck drivers would later testify that they saw an injured person wearing a white jacket walking near the crashed vehicle. Whilst one truck driver went to contact law enforcement, the other checked on the wreckage and found Stoll inside, severely injured and without clothing. He was barely conscious but was able to explain that 4 other male individuals had been in the car with him but had run away. When he was asked if they were his friends, he denied it. On the way to the hospital, Stoll died from his injuries. During the subsequent investigation, detectives suspected that this was no routine traffic accident. During the investigation, it was discovered that Stoll was injured before the crash and must have been hit by a car elsewhere and subsequently positioned in the passenger seat of his car and driven to the location where he was discovered. Other drivers reported seeing a hitchhiker near the Hagen Süd exit, but neither this person or the man seen wearing the white jacket has never been formally identified. Other drivers reportedly saw a pickup truck at a ramp at Hagen South, heading in the direction of Frankfurt. However, this vehicle was never located. Investigators looked into Stoll's history, but he had no criminal record and they discounted any contact with drug dealers as the purpose of his holidays trips to the Netherlands. The meaning of the note and the letters YOGTZE left by Stoll at his home has remained unknown. It has been proposed that the G was actually intended to be the number 6, and this stood for the call sign of a Romanian radio station, but this has never been linked to the case. Some people speculate it was the license plate number. It's likely that the death of Stoll will never be solved. With the passage of time, the case has gone cold and there has been little new development since that October night. The meaning of YOGTZE may hold the key to why he died, or it could be irrelevant. The ramblings of someone suffering a mental illness.